Astrazeneca is being sued in the High Court for a lawsuit that claims its COVID-19 vaccine was defective. But many people are not aware that there is already a scheme in the UK for compensation payments if you've been injured as a result of taking a vaccine. Those who are severely disabled as a result of taking the COVID-19 vaccine may be eligible and qualify for a single lump sum tax-free payment of £120,000 apiece. Many people are not aware of this, but to the extent that some people over on my other channel, Black Belt Secrets, make sure you go and subscribe there as well, called this out as being conspiracy theorists going after cash. Now, I've done a couple of videos on this now. Here on Black Belt Barrister, I'm going to go into a little bit more of the law. And over on Black Belt Secrets, you can see a more general summary if you want to go there as well. I'll link that below. But COVID-19 vaccines are not the only thing that people can be eligible for these payouts if they are severely injured, disabled as a result of a vaccine. In fact, the Vaccine Damage Payment Scheme covers things including coronavirus, which was added as it was reported as a precaution, along with diphtheria, influenza, measles, the mumps, all sorts of other different things that are on this list, which I will link below so you can go and read that as well for yourself. And there's a number of different bits of legislation all around surrounding vaccines about the pre-approval, the post-authorization, and all of these kind of things about how they are tested, how they are supposed to be vigorously tested before they're safe and released and so on. Now, on the 3rd of December 2020, the UK Department of Health and Social Care issued a press release announcing that the COVID-19 vaccines will generally be added to the Vaccine Damage Payment Scheme. This announcement made the day after the Pfizer vaccine was granted temporary authorization. This press release stated that there were no safety concerns identified during the clinical trials of the Pfizer vaccine. However, as a precautionary step, it was said that this was added to this scheme to provide financial assistance in the extremely rare circumstances where somebody might be severely disabled as a result of taking the COVID-19 vaccine. Now, according to official data released under an FOI request to the NHS Open Data Portal, the following statistics are quite interesting. The numbers in terms of people are indeed very low, which fits the categorization of extremely rare circumstances. However, there have been a number of payouts across various different age groups. So I'll go through those statistics and then address why it might therefore be that there are two cases coming to the High Court against Astrazeneca. Let's look at the statistics first of all. In the age bracket of 0 to 17, 29 people made a claim, of which 0 received a payment. In the age bracket of 18 to 29, 556 people made a claim, but only 8 people were paid out to the tune of £960,000. In the age bracket of 30 to 39, 1,171 people made a claim, of which 16 people were paid out to the tune of £1.9 million. In the age bracket of 40 to 49, 1,499 people made a claim and 37 received a payment. In the age bracket of 50 to 59, 1,871 people made a claim, of whom 44 people received a payout. In the age bracket of 60 to 65, a shorter age bracket this time, 885 people made a claim, 24 people received a payout, and 66 onwards, 1,354 people made a claim, and 19 people received a payout. A grand total payout under this scheme of £17.7 million for severe disabilities or injuries caused by the COVID-19 vaccine. Now, this, of course, is not conspiracy theorist discussion. These are actual statistics from NHS Open Data Portal as to those that have been paid out under this scheme. So why is it then that there are two cases going against Astrazeneca to the High Court, and why are ministers calling for change to say that this scheme is no longer adequate? Well, according to court filings which have recently been revealed, the claim suggests that these vaccines were defective in some way and resulting in very serious injuries, including speech difficulties, reduced cognition, memory, and processing. And accordingly, the claimants are seeking damages from Astrazeneca. It has to be said that in April 2021, the Medicines and Healthcare Products Regulatory Agency issued an updated information to say that there were possible risks of extremely rare and unlikely to occur specific types of blood clots following the vaccination with the Astrazeneca jab. This regulator also said that the benefits of vaccination continue to outweigh any risks, but advised careful consideration given to people who are at higher risk of specific types of blood clots or because of their medical condition. So on the one hand, we do have this vaccine damage payment scheme under which eligible people will receive a tax-free one-off payment of £120,000. On the other hand, many people are claiming that this is not sufficient for the injuries that they claim to have sustained after taking a vaccine such as the Oxford AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccine. So whilst we're at an early stage, and this case has obviously not gone to court yet, it's not going to be in court for around a year or so, it is going to come to the forefront, and the High Court is going to have to rule on the evidence before it as to, firstly, whether or not the severity of these injuries were directly resultant from the COVID vaccine, and secondly, I presume, whether the provisions under the Vaccine Damage Payment Scheme are already sufficient. But either way, as you might remember that I've said in previous videos, this whole pandemic is likely to result and has resulted in a great number of different cases for many years to come. I've experienced many contractual claims whereby parties have either been unwilling or unable to fulfill their obligations under the contract, and those cases have gone to court. There have been a great deal of employment cases, discrimination cases, and of course there'll be a whole catalogue of medical injury claims for many years to come. But as always, I will keep you updated on any of these. If you have specific questions, do leave them in the comment section below. Please do go over to Black Belt Secrets, check out my video there where I talk a little bit more about those statistics. And just while I was putting this video together, partly as a bit of a caveat and disclaimer, and partly just because I thought it was entirely uncanny, somebody sent me an email from the NHS to say that they are a priority for seasonal flu and COVID-19 vaccinations. Having both vaccinations will reduce the risk of serious illness and help to recover more quickly if they catch the flu or COVID-19. And then details about how to book it, to go book online by going to nhs.uk/book-covid. So all of those details are available on the NHS website. I know many of you are supportive of the COVID vaccines, and I know many of you are against them. My videos here, as the caveat, are in no way to provide you medical advice. They are in no way to encourage or discourage you from having the COVID vaccine. This is entirely at your discretion, and which should be entirely at the advice and direction of your own personal medical practitioner. So if you see this video or you see any other video about the COVID vaccine and any other vaccine for that matter, you should not rely on those as a replacement for your medical advice any more than you would rely on my videos as a replacement for legal advice. You shouldn't, and you should always seek formal advice in each of those situations. So please do speak to your own doctor if you have questions, if you have concerns, and seek their personal views. Some doctors will give you their personal views as part of their professional service to you. And with that, once more, I thank you for watching.